Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Everlasting Summer. So, my plan of recording all in one sitting didn't go so well. It took me an hour and 15 minutes, I think, to get through one day. And obviously, I don't want to upload a video that's that long. So, we're just going to go back to doing the smaller intervals and just keep it like that. It'll just have a lot of parts, unfortunately. So, but hey, it gets up, it moves, it tries. So we're just gonna jump right back into it here. All right. So it's I don't know what day it is anymore. All I know is we ran with the last of our strength, like those who run for their precious lives. Like a doomed person, knowing that there is no hope to save his life, will still fight the inevitable and his own fate. I barely managed to close the heavy metal door behind me. Oh my! I have no idea how deep this bomb shelter is, or if it's able to withstand a nuclear blast, but we have no other place to hide. She gripped my hand tight. Don't be afraid. Bits of ceiling were falling, and the walls were shaking. I was prepared for the worst. But death is the kind of thing that you can't ever be prepared for. But suddenly, complete silence fell. It rang even louder than the explosions. Maybe it's time to say goodbye, she was whimpering. I wanted to comfort her somehow, but realized that there is nothing I could do. Yes. A horrible bang almost split my eardrums. It seems that I'm under a piece of collapsed ceiling, but I don't feel any pain. All I want is to not let her go. I woke up in cold sweat, short of breath and gasping for air. It took me some time to come to my senses. It was a dream. It was just a dream. My questioning mind, however, refused to believe it. But who was the girl with me there? I didn't want to let go of her hand so desperately. Sadly, I couldn't recall her at all. The clock was showing few minutes past 10. I slowly came to my senses as reality started to take out its claim on my mind, and my stomach foully growled. All right, war is war, but lunch should be served in due time. It turned out that Olga Dmitrievna wasn't here. She must have decided not to wake me up. Well, thanks go out to our camp leader for this. After yesterday's adventures, I had to have a rest. Last night has remained a blurry memory, which I really didn't want to think about. It's now more important to find something to eat and to wash myself. Exactly, because a pioneer must always be clean and tidy. Though I would agree with this principle even if I wasn't a pioneer, and as a matter of fact, I'm not. On my way to the washstands, I met Electronic. He started to wave his hand and ran up to me. Good morning. Thank you for finding Shurik. Without him, It's nothing. I was a bit embarrassed. No, really, don't be so shy. The country must be proud of its heroes. And what about Shurik? How did he look this morning? Is he all right? After yesterday's craziness, I thought such a question was completely valid. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing is that he can't remember anything. Can't he? I wasn't surprised at all. He says that he went to the abandoned camp yesterday and then woke up in his bed this morning. I mean, he remembers nothing between those two events. I see. All right, then. You missed breakfast, right? Come to our club. We'll feed you. I have something special. Electronic smiled in a conspiratorial way. Thanks. I'll come. Probably. I had to wash myself first anyway. We'll be waiting. He waved at me and left to carry out his own business. There was nobody near the washstands. The water turned out surprisingly warm today. It's been warmed up already, I guess. Having my face washed, I realized that it wouldn't be easy to wash the rest of my body here. Maybe I should go to the showers. But since there is nobody here, I turned the tap in such a way that water streamed parallel to the ground and started to take off my clothes. And what if somebody sees me? Well, I'll rinse and dry myself quickly and put on my clothes. The water, which seemed warm on my hands and face, felt bone-chillingly cold on my body. The whole washing process took no longer than 10 seconds, and I started to wipe myself quickly afterwards. But I didn't manage to finish anyway. There were voices coming in from the direction of the footpath. The only solution came to me in a split second. I grabbed my clothes and dashed into the bushes. A moment later, Alyssa and Yolana appeared near the washstands. I have a lot of issues with this game. And I've decided that I'm going to make little notes here and there of things that I take issue with. And then I'm going to do a follow-up video after the series is done, pointing out these issues that I have with this game, because they drive me nuts. There are just certain things I can't let go about this game. We'll get to those later. You could have done it by yourself. Why did you bring me here? Is it a big deal for you? Fine, let me... I peered at them and noticed that they were both covered in red paint. What a surprise. I wonder how they managed that. Alyssa opened the valve and started to rub Yolana's back. Take off your bra. What if somebody sees us? What? Is there anything to see? She grinned. Okay, just be quick. It was true that there wasn't much to look at, but even so, I stared at the girls narrowly. It was a pity that they were standing with their backs to me. A minute later, Alyssa managed to wash off all the paint. I'm done. Thanks. You're welcome, Alyssa replied lazily. Listen, let me try on yours. She pointed at Alyssa's bra. It won't fit you for sure. Well, I'd like to try anyway. But out here? There's nobody here, right? Yolana looked my way and smiled archly. I was absolutely sure she couldn't see me in these bushes, but enough with this nonsense. Yolana wasn't listening to her anymore and grabbed Alyssa's bra with a dexterous move instead. Now I have to confess, I had something to look at. I watched the two girls chase one another around the washstands with bated breath. Alyssa covered her breasts with her hands so I could barely see anything at all. I leaned forward and stumbled over a stone, falling out of the bushes. Alyssa and Yolana stood frozen, staring at me. I tried to cover my nudity with my guilty face. The tableau instead... I don't really know what that word is. It's a word that's always eluded me. Lasted for a few seconds, then Alyssa took her shirt and somehow put it on in an instant. You! Her face gone from red to purple. It looked like she would explode in a nuclear blast any second. The only thing I wanted was to disintegrate into atoms to get as far from this epicenter as possible. He was sitting there the whole time. So she'd noticed me then. You! And I accidentally, if you know what I mean. Alyssa rushed at me. Wait! Covering my butt with one hand and holding my clothes with the other, I ran into the woods. It seemed the best solution to me at the time, as showing up naked in the middle of the camp accompanied by two screaming girls wasn't a good idea. I ran without looking back, and stopped a few minutes later to catch my breath. It seemed that there was no pursuit, so I managed to save myself, but at the cost of lacerated, scratched, and bleeding feet, as I had no time to put on my boots. I sat on the tree stump and sighed. Sometime later, having dressed already, I left the forest. I need to decide what to do next. My feet are hurting, so I should go straight to the infirmary. But on the other hand, my stomach isn't going to wait either. Maybe I should accept Electronic's invitation. Or head to the canteen in the hope of finding something left to eat there. I want to know how Shurik is doing. I was desperately hungry. I always took good care of my health. And even better care at the times when something started to hurt badly. And now I was able to walk and my feet weren't even hurting much. So my feet will heal up eventually while my hunger can't wait. I decided to take advantage of Electronic's invitation. In the end, knowing the local pioneers, it was smart to assume that there wasn't even a piece of stale bread left at the canteen. And the Cybernetics Club actually somewhat owe me. With such thoughts, I approached the club's building and heard screams coming from it. Great. I tried to listen closely, but couldn't figure out anything. Give it back! Oops. No, I won't! Ilana was running around the room with a coil of wire in her hands, chased by Shurik. Guys, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but give it back! They didn't even give me a bit of attention. No, I won't! Shurik, completely caught up in the chase, slipped past me, almost knocking me down. Hey! Ilana was running in circles around the room, laughing cheerfully. I wonder what she needs this wire for. Meanwhile, the head of the Cybernetics Club was looking fine, even after yesterday's madness. One could even say he was looking fresh. But this probably wouldn't help him to catch Ilana. She was smaller, more agile, and faster after all. She could easily drive him to exhaustion. Hey! Whoa. Ilana ran up to me and hid behind my back. Shurik, in his turn, left the club, slamming the door on his way out. He was offended, it seems. Hey, what's wrong with you? You won't catch me. Not trying. She looked at Electronic, who was silently observing all this silly running, and stuck out her tongue at him. Simon, take the wire away from her. And why do you need it in the first place? You don't have enough wire or something? He was trying to catch Ilana, who was hiding behind me. He moved to the right while she moved to the left. He moved to the left and she moved to the right. In the end, I got tired of this and grabbed the wire from Ilana with one dexterous move. Give it to me! Give it back! She shouted resentfully. No, I won't. Stop horsing around. I held the wire above my head so Ilana, with her height, couldn't possibly get it. Thank you. Okay, fine. She snorted and turned away from me. Why do you need it in the first place? That's none of your business. Ilana looked at me slyly. Do you want me to tell everybody that you... I shut her mouth with my hand and dragged her along to the exit. Okay, we need to go. I told Electronic while giggling stupidly. And what did you come for? Once outside, I let the kicking Ilana free. Hear me out. You realize that it was an accident. Even more so, it was caused by you. I know nothing. Facts are facts. You were watching us. Aww. What would Olga Dmitrievna think? On the one hand, I did not want to care in the slightest what the camp leader would say. But on the other, everything was against me, and in my position, it would be better to not get myself into such a situation. Fine, maybe we could make a deal somehow. She started to think. I know. I anticipated the worst. You bring me that wire. But what do you need it for? I need it for my needs. Okay, let's assume I get it. You won't tell anybody? I give you the word of a pioneer. I could hardly believe her. But on the other hand, it was just a coil of wire, so why shouldn't I try? I'm sure the electronics, whatever, robotics club has more wire. What are the chances they have one spool? And I'd rather not get in trouble with the camp leader. Okay, fine. Deal. But you must know that... Yeah, of course. She interrupted me. Wait here. Saying that, I went back into the club's quarters. Electronic was building something with rapt attention. Now I'm done with everything, so I thought you could get me something as you promised. My voice sounded a bit sycophantic, which was enough to drive me mad. Of course, I'm not insisting, but... 1 minute. He tore himself away from his work and got a pair of buns from the drawer and a classic triangular pack of kefir. Be my guest. Thank you. While I was busy eating, Electronic didn't turn away from his device for a second. He was rolling up the wire, which I had taken away from Ilana, onto the coil. And it was the wire she wanted. So what's this? An inductor. Inductor? Join our club, and you'll know everything. He looked at me and smiled slyly. I'll think about it. Of course, I wasn't going to join anything, but taking into account that he had fed me, I had to be polite. By the way, as I said, I have something else. Well, yeah. Wait a second. He went into the adjacent room and came back after a minute with some kind of package. Ta-da! And gave it to me. There was a big bottle of Stolichnia vodka inside. Oh my! Huh, I get it, but it's still morning. Or does Electronics share the motto of get drunk in the morning, take the entire day off? What are you talking about? I'm not suggesting we drink it. We have it to clean the optics. Cleaning the optics. Yeah, right. Internally. Okay. I gave him the package back. By the way, can you spare me this coil? What do you need it for? Yeah, I probably had to think about the reason beforehand. I just need it. But we can't do without it as well. Do you? Well, never mind then. I can't just force him to give it to me, right? I'll go then. Come back anytime. Of course. The moment I want to have a drink. Walking out, I questioned myself why he wanted to show me the vodka in the first place. Yolanda ran up to me instantly. And, so, have you got it? No. That's your own fault, then. Do you need this wire at all? But you get credit for trying. What? I was surprised. Alyssa would tell everything anyway. Yolanda laughed. She is really angry with you. I bet. I muttered quietly. Okay, see ya. She waved at me and ran away. Here I am, in a stupid situation, once again. No big deal. It's not the first time. Suddenly, my hunger returned again. For sure, a meal of some buns and kefir was awesome, but it's not enough to fill me up. Luckily for me, I heard the bell sound, calling pioneers for lunch. The day had just started, and I've gone through so many things already. But I did it, and now I have legitimate grounds to fill myself up. Today I wasn't the last one, so I could choose a free table. Lunch included pea soup and mashed potatoes with fish. That sounds so appetizing. It was a major disappointment to me, as I don't eat fish in any form, and hence will get fewer calories than usual. Yeah, I don't eat fish either. Unless it's fish fingers and custard. That is actually really good, oddly enough. Soon Slavia and Lena came to my table. And I'm going to have to end it there, because I don't want these videos getting too long. But, thanks for sticking with me. I know this is going to be quite a long haul, but I appreciate all the support I'm getting for these videos. They're a lot of fun. I enjoy making them, even though I'm just sitting here reading, not really playing. But I like visual novels. They're very relaxing. So I'm logging off now, and I'll read some more with you guys next time.